and welcome to Pock and Rob. Today I turn 50. This is the 5th of July 2024. What I've decided to do for the video today is to rank every song that was number one on my birthday over the last 50 years. This means I'm actually ranking 51 songs. Before I go in and do that, I would remind you to subscribe if you've not already done so, to like the video by hitting the thumbs up and the bell to receive notifications of future content. And let's go in with tracks 51 down to 41. So all of these are songs that I either really dislike or can't stand, or there's reasons why they are placed so low. So at number 51, last year's in 2023 was Sprinter by Dave and Central C. Didn't like it when I listened to it. Number 50 is a track called Not Letting Go by Tiny Temper from 2015. Also couldn't stand it. And at 49, One Dance by Drake. And that was from 2016. All three of those have got something in common. They are more or less rap or rap adjacent, and I just don't like that kind of music. Something slightly different though at number 48, and it's Bridge Over Troubled Water, which is one of my all-time top 10 songs, but it's the one that was done for the artists for Grenfell. Now, this was from 2017. I've got absolutely nothing against the sentiment of doing charity songs, but they kind of get on my wick, quite frankly, these kind of charity ensembles. And the song's brilliant, but I wouldn't give her two monkeys for a second-rate, star-studded cover version. Number 47. From 1984, my 10th birthday, the number one single was Two Tribes by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I don't like Frankie Goes to Hollywood. If you've watched previous videos, you'll know how low I rate Two Tribes and Relax. They're both absolute stinker songs, and Two Tribes was number one in 1984. Number 46, from the Fugees, from 1996, Killing Me Softly. Now, it's again another song that I actually quite like, Roberta Flack's version of it. I think the Fugees cover version is absolutely horrible, though. And that's why it's at number 46. At number 45, another song I really like, and this is Unchained Melody. But this was the version done by Robson and Jerome, coupled with The White Cliffs of Dover. And they're just horrible, horrible cheese fest singles. I think this song might have actually stopped Pulp getting to number one with Common People, which is deeply frustrating. At number 44, from 1997, is Faith Evans and Puff Daddy with I'll Be Missing You, which interpolates Every Breath You Take by the Police. A great song, but I'll Be Missing You, all about, I think it's about the murder of Biggie Smalls, another rap artist. I can't stand it. At number 43, Jason Derulo, I Don't Want to Go Home, which reuses parts of the Banana Boat song. Again, what was the point of it? That's from 2011. At number 42, from 2005, Ghetto Gospel by Tupac. Another rap artist, I really don't care for it. What puts this one as high as 42 is that it uses elements of Indian Sunset from Elton John's album, Madman Across the Water, which is my favourite Elton John album. As it happens, Indian Sunset is my least favourite track on the whole record. It's got something slightly better than all the other stuff that's below it. And at 41, a cover version of Lady Marmalade from 2001, which I think was Pink, Christina Aguilera, and some other people. It's from Moulin Rouge, a film I can't abide. But Lady Marmalade is a song I've always disliked anyway, and this is just a superfluous, pointless cover version. Into the top 40, and this next little batch of 10 have all got something in common. There's songs that I just find fine. I've got very little opinions about them. At number 40, Bulletproof by LaRue from 2009. It's fine. Number 39, Closer by Neo from 2008. I didn't expect to like this, but I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. Number 38, this could have easily ended up in the bottom 10, but for the fact that I think the song is absolutely marvellous, and it's You'll Never Walk Alone by Michael Ball and Captain Tom from 2020. Let's just say it's the song that gets it this high, otherwise it would be down right amongst those low 40s. At number 37, it's Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber from 2019 with I Don't Care. Actually, as far as the song is concerned, I don't care. At number 36 from 1999 is 9pm Till I Come. I don't particularly like the song, but it's at least memorable enough to stick in my brain. At number 35 from 1976, it's You To Me Are Everything by The Real Thing. And it's just fine. And number 34 from 2014 is Gecko Overdrive by Becky Hill and Oliver Heldens. I didn't think it was particularly memorable. I didn't think it was offensive. And number 33 from 1988 is Bros with I Owe You Nothing. I don't like Bros, but the song is inoffensive. Number 32, Nelly Furtado's Man Eater from 2006. Perfectly fine. And number 31 from 1981 is Michael Jackson, and what I think is certainly his weakest number one single, with perhaps the exception of Earth Song, and I'll do that bit again because Earth Song is gash. And at number 31 from 1981, from his Motown era, it's Michael Jackson with One Day in Your Life. It's a song I do not care for. Out of all of Michael Jackson's songs, with the exception of Earth Song, which I think is awful, it's probably my least favourite. But it's my number 31. Into the top 30 now. And this batch of 10 have again ended up being very similar in what I feel about them. Actually, I like these songs. I would put them in a C or a D tier if I was doing a tier list. And at number 30, Bring Me to Life by Evanescence from 2003. I found this a perfectly pleasant listen when I've listened to it, in terms of it being a slight rock song. Number 29, California Girls from 2010 by Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg. It's actually a bit of a pop classic. I don't particularly like it, but I like it well enough that I would never turn off the radio. And number 28 from 1977 is Hot Chocolate, So You Win Again. Now, this is a good song, but there's something about Hot Chocolate when I listen to them that I find bland, and I don't really enjoy listening to most of their stuff. And this is a perfect example of it. If it was You Sexy Thing, it would be way up. But So You Win Again from 1977 at 28. 27 from 2000, it's Kylie Minogue with Spinning Around. She had better stuff to come, and she had better stuff before. It's a decent enough number one single. Number 26 from 1980 is Crying by Don McLean. An absolutely classic song and an adequate performance. Number 25 from 1983 is Rod Stewart with Baby Jane. It's a good song. I enjoy it enough. At number 24, 2007, the big hit of the summer, and this happens a lot. Being born in July, you get a lot of these big summer hits that end up being number one, and this is Umbrella by Rihanna. And it's 2000's summer classic. At number 23 from 2021 is Olivia Rodrigo and Good For You. Decent song. At number 22 from this year, 2024, and this will please my son Joel no end because he really likes this artist, Sabrina Carpenter, with Please, Please, Please. He played it to me today in the car, and it's a decent pop song. It's good enough. And number 21 from 1989, a song that I used to really dislike, but have grown to appreciate a lot more. It's Back to Life, Back to Reality by Soul to Soul featuring Karen Wheeler. And one of the better songs of a poor year, 1989. Into the top 20. And again, we're stepping up another tier. Again, these are all around a very similar level of affection that I've got for them. Number 20, 2013's Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. Now, I know it's not fashionable to like this song given the lyrics of the song, but I think it's got a really good groove. Number 19, from 1975, a lot of people would have this a lot higher. It's I'm Not In Love by 10cc. It's my least favourite of 10cc's three number ones. I'd much rather listen to Rubber Bullets or Dreadlock Holiday, but I'm Not In Love can be a little bit dull after a while. Number 18 from 1978 From the Grease soundtrack, it's You're the One That I Want by John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. And I've got some interesting memories involving that song and a wedding. I'm not going to say what they are here, just in case the people who are involved in that wedding watch this video. At number 17, from 1982, it's Captain Sensible with Happy Talk, a song that was originally in South Pacific. But it's a really fun cover version. At number 16, from 1993, Gabrielle and Dreams. That has really improved for me over the last 30 years or so that song's been out, and I've come to appreciate Gabrielle as an artist a lot more. At number 15, from 1998, if this was the original version, this would be right up at the top, but it's the rewritten lyrics version. It's Three Lions 98 by Baddiel, Skinner and the Lightning Seeds. Now, I love Three Lions. Three Lions 98 was a flawed attempt to capture the magic of the original 1996 football single. It was all written about what had happened since 1996, and indeed the fact that it was going to be the 98 World Cup. But Three Lions is a fantastic song. I just don't particularly care for the rewrite. And number 14, from 1985, is Sister Sledge and Frankie. I remember loving this as a kid, and I still really enjoy it whenever I hear it. Number 13, we are back to one of the songs that was ubiquitous during the summer of that year. It's 1994, 15 weeks at number 1. It's Love Is All Around. So if your birthday was in the summer, then in 1994, Love Is All Around was the number 1 single. For 15 weeks is just immense. At number 12, from 1979, it's Tubeway Army with Our Friends Electric. This is a synth classic. And at number 11, from 1990, the first number 1 solely under this artist's name after a near 20-year career, it's Sacrifice, Healing Hands by Elton John. I much prefer Healing Hands, although the one that has made it onto all of his compilations is always Sacrifice. But Healing Hands I find a much more enjoyable song. But Sacrifice is still a really strong, good ballad. Into the top 10 now, and I like all of these songs. As we get towards the top end, I love some of these songs, and I will be putting these into S tier when I get right at the top end. But the rest of these are high B or A tiers. Number 10 from 1992 is Erasure's ABBA-esque EP. So this consisted of Take a Chance on Me, SOS, Lay All Your Love on Me, and Voulez-Vous. And it was a great EP. And in many ways, it sparked the resurgence of interest in ABBA after 10 years of them having been split up. That has never gone away. It's a great set of cover versions, and it's, like I say, it's led to ABBA being as big as they are still now and as popular as they are now. And number 9 from 1986, it's Wham's The Edge of Heaven, which I think was their last single. It's a great pop song. I've got a lot of fondness for Wham. And number 8, we take us all the way back to the beginning, and it's the song that was at number 1 the day I was born. It's She by Charles Aznavour. I am delighted that there's a song that I really like, that was my number 1 song when I was born. I quite like mentioning that because it's a great song, and I also love Elvis Costello's cover version from 1999. But the original, Charles Aznavour, is an absolutely fantastic song. And number 7 from 1991, from the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, is Any Dream Will Do by Jason Donovan. And whilst Andrew Lloyd Webber gets a lot of stick, and a lot of it deserved, Any Dream Will Do is an absolutely great song, and Jason Donovan's version is absolutely fantastic, probably the definitive version. And number 6 is Elvis Presley, and it's from 2002. It's actually Presley versus JXL. It's a little less conversation. This became a hit as a result of the film Ocean's 11, and it's tough to put this high given the fact that I am clearly a Beatles fan, because this was the song that tipped the record for Elvis Presley as the most #1 singles from 17 to 18 over the Beatles, instead of it being tied. But it's really good, and actually one of my favourite Elvis #1s. And number 5 is a song originally released in 1985, did not reach the top until 2022, and it's Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. Thanks to Stranger Things, this finally hit the summit, and good song to have at #1 on your birthday. At number 4, from 2012, and I did not realise this actually even reached #1, let alone reached #1 on my birthday, it's Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. This is an absolutely cracking pop classic that it's a bit of a live forever song. So into my top 3 now. All of these I'd probably put in S tier. The third one, number 3, wouldn't have been there a year ago. It's McFly with Obviously from 2004. The second single released from Room on the Third Floor, their first album, and therefore their second single. It was also their second #1. And it's just a really, really good pop song. And McFly are a band that I've come to really like in the last 5 years or so. And number 2, from 2018, it's another of those ubiquitous summer hits. It's Shotgun by George Ezra. I have played this in gigs. Everybody sings along in the chorus because it's just a perfect summer song, which leaves my #1. And once I saw the long list of the 51 songs, it was pretty obvious what was going to be my #1 from this list. It's the Pet Shop Boys and It's a Sin from 1987. This is in my top 100 songs of all time. It's the only one on this list that was even remotely close to being in my top 100 songs. I have loved It's a Sin for years. I've gigged it in acoustic style many times, and only that was ever going to end up at the top of the tree. So that's my ranking of the 51 songs that have been #1 on my birthday. Why not let me know in the comments below what your favourite of that entire list might be. Do you agree that the best song is It's a Sin? Or have you got a different choice? I'll be back soon with another video, but until then, I'd remind you to subscribe, like, and hit the bell. But thanks for watching, and see you next time.